Okay, what's good, people? Welcome back to another video on the channel. And this one is important. This one is very needed because it kind of gets to a certain point in FC25 where it feels like your opponents have a certain hate for you. From the way they attack, the way they defend, it feels like, what did I do, bro? With that being said, I was able to grind my rivals back to Division 1 before the new season. It was hell, but I mean, we did it anyways. But in this video specifically, I'm going to be showing you guys how to attack players who defend aggressively, basically to make them look stupid like I do. I'm going to be giving you guys 4 steps, and at the end of the steps I would show you a Division 1 gameplay against a very aggressive player and how I basically exploited the spaces they leave in behind. The first step is exploiting the wings. See, the thing about aggressive players is that they often would leave space down the wing, and it's not even their fault. They don't do this on purpose. But the way that you play in FC, the AI would adapt to it. So if you play aggressively, the AI would defend aggressively, hence they would leave so many spaces down the wing. Now what I want you to do is use your wingers to stretch the play. You want to be able to pull their defenders out of position. You want to be able to push them back into their box, so it leaves spaces at the edge of the box for you to be able to exploit. Another thing you want to do really well is cross-field passes and switches, quick switches specifically, so that you can leave their fullbacks in one-on-one situations, because people who defend aggressively like to defend as a group. So if you're able to get their defenders in a 1v1 situation, you're most likely in. Now the next step I want to talk about, very important. I could have saved this for the last step, but I'm going to give it to you now. It's paying attention to your opponent's tackles. I like to pay attention to the game in the first 10 minutes, the first 20 minutes, whatever it may be. You want to kind of contain the game, and while containing the game, you want to pay attention to how your opponent is defending. Are they lunging into slide tackles, or are they lunging into standing tackles? You know, are they just like throwing defenders forward? Are they throwing DMs forward? Are they sitting back? You know, you want to kind of understand how they're defending so that you can bait them into doing what you want them to do. So if you think they're the type of players to rush you, immediately they get the ball, like pressing you, immediately they lose possession, you want to slow down the play, or you want to shield the ball with L2, or maybe basic strafe dribbling and sidestep just to throw them off. So the summary of the step basically is to pay attention to what your opponent is doing so that you can control them, so that you can make them do what you want them to do, then exploit it. Now for step 3, we're going to talk about mixing your gameplay. And this is cliche, you know, you want to play differently if your opponent has clocked you. And the thing about aggressive players is they're going to frustrate you, and they're going to make you feel as if what you're doing is very boring. At least that's for me. When I attack against aggressive defenders, they make me look as if, am I that easy to play against? You know, so you want to kind of switch up how you play against them. If you're constantly doing skill moves and they're reading every skill move, maybe don't do skill moves anymore for that situation. Don't do skill moves for the next 30 minutes, you know. Catch them off guard, make them think what's he gonna do next. You know, cross-field balls, you know, cross the balls once in a while. You know, ball roll at the edge of the box, you know, catch them off guard. Instead of taking your corners in, play your corners short. Instead of making darting runs into the box, maybe like play at the edge of the box, maybe take long shots, for example. You know, just basically throw them off with different gameplay so they don't have a standpoint of how to defend you, you know. Now for the 4th and final step before we get into the video gameplay, is skill moves. And of course I saved this for last because I don't know how much to emphasize it, but skill moves are very important in beating aggressive players. You know, that's basically the point of skill moves. A quick reverse elastico will kill that brother, I promise you. Ball rolls, step overs to keep possessions, you know. Elastico, heel to heel roll, you know, these kind of things, or quick roulettes, these type of things just mess your opponents up for a minute, you know. And even playing against defenders, we anticipate play styles. It's only so much they can do, you know. So you want to have skill moves in your locker, not necessarily to be using them every point in time, but you want to kind of have them just so you can exploit them when necessary, you know what I mean. But the key thing with skill moves is you want to focus on timing and execution so you can exploit effectiveness to the max. Okay, this game begins, and immediately I start with the press. He switches the ball to his fullback, and I'm just trying to maintain my line, you know. I'm trying to follow the ball. I press really well. I win the ball with Talisca, trying to shift the ball with quick passes, and immediately intercepts with Talisca. And Casemiro to Abili to Talisca, and I'm trying to find Abili, but he's coming at me fast. It's just 3 minutes of the game, and I already see what's going on, you know. I already see that this guy is not here for a joke. This guy is here to defend. This guy is here to press, you know, and wins the ball nice and hits the crossbar. At this point, I'm like, what am I in for? You know, I'm trying to maintain my line. My DMs, I'm just keeping the shape really well. Still finds a way to shoot long. Yeah, and thank God there's an offside. I can find a way to like reshuffle myself. And I moved the ball with Dalo and quickly to my winger. I tried to find Talisca, L1R1 just to like hold the ball nicely. I give the ball back to Dalo and I'm sending my players on a run. But look at the way I'm being pressed, man. I literally almost cannot move. And of course I lose the ball. He's moving the ball quickly and I'm just trying to maintain my defensive line as well as my DMs. But this time I have to switch to my center back, Shar. And luckily for me, Saliba intercepts the ball. I tried to save a corner from happening. And yeah, quick 1-2 with Abili. I love her tiki-taka plus because she makes disgusting runs. Try to find Socrates, try to find Abili again, just to kind of exploit the wing a bit. And I did that really well, power shots, and goes out for a corner. And now I'm able to like create my own chances. I only do short corners, so short corners to Abili, win the ball back, try to find Abili again. I'm looking for passes in the box, but there's nobody there. Trying to find Talisca, pressed me really nicely. Konate is different, you know, and now he's coming at me and I'm just trying to track his runner, try to track the winger. I do it very well. I win the ball with Dalo, just trying to find space for a passing option, just trying to lay it on the wing because it's going to be hard to attack through the middle in this game. I stare at the wing, try to play with my striker. He reads it very well, quickly running at me quick. At this point I'm trying to understand the game. I'm trying to see what's happening here. I'm trying to see how he defends. I still don't know how he really defends because there's been multiple styles that he's used for me. Abili, I think of a pass but I do a fake shot, make the pass intercepted, and ball back to Abili. I find Socrates 1-2 with Talisca and I'm trying to move the ball quickly because he's defending really quick 1-2s. I think of a finesse, he intercepts the ball and he comes at me one more time. I switch to Sissoko, my DM, just to follow the ball nicely. You know, from the games like this you can still kind of understand how I defend, you know, how I defend, how I attack, how I try to stay patient. You know, I don't pull players out of positions, just keep them nicely. And unfortunately the ball goes out for a corner. I apologize for the change in location, but corner is taken. And yeah, you know, the nerfed corners a bit this year, so, or just last month actually. I take it wide with Socrates to pull him out of position, then I play with my DM and I'm trying to look for Abili, but she's not making any run right now, so I do a 1-2 with Abili and to my striker, try to find Socrates, but I try to be unpredictable a bit and make the run, but he wins the ball. He's defending really well, he's marking the receiver, and of course he intercepts the ball because he marked the receiver really well. And now he's coming at me, but I'm trying to stay compact. I'm not dragging my fullback to his winger. I'm not pulling my DM to his CM, and I'm just like staying patient, you know, keeping my line, keeping the DMs compact, and I win the ball because of that. And time for a counter attack. I look at Talisca. Why didn't I give Talisca? You know, and I give it to Abili. I try to run on the line, play with the wing, ball to Socrates, and it's a really good block, you know. So yeah, I try to come at him again and he's pulling his fullback really forward, and I win the ball again with Casemiro. Try to come forward with Abili. See how he dives into tackles really well. That's one thing I need to pay attention to. So instead of giving my strikers the ball to feet, I need to start actually giving them true passes, you know. And now he's coming at me again with Vinicius, quick passes as well. I'm not defending aggressively, I defend compactly, you know. I defend with logic, you know. I try to keep people on a straight line so that no space is left in behind. And see, ball to feet to Socrates. I try to find Talisca doesn't work out well. See, ball to feet, he intercepts it. He steps up really well to intercept the ball to feet. That's one thing that I've noticed about him. So through ball, I tried to Socrates, still intercepts that very well, but I know that can work. I tried to fight the header with Abili, but she's too small. It comes at me again. I'm chasing him with my DM so I can pull both DMs back in position, because the thing about FC is that when you pull your DM backwards, the other DM follows him. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And I come again with an attack. I try to find my winger. For some reason it doesn't go through. Ball to feed to Neymar, and defends the skill move really well. But I'm just trying to stay patient, don't lose your head. I keep him offside and successful with that. That was a bit risky, but yeah. Give the ball to my fullback and I'm trying to come again with Neymar. I think of a skill move, but I'm like 1-2 with him. Try to find the true ball, intercepts that really well. His interceptions are really impressive because he's aggressive with the interceptions manually, which is really important. And I find that Billy, I try to exploit the wing, just pull his fullback a bit wide, but he reads that so well. I mean, it's Mendy as well. Mendy is really good this year, so pay attention to that. It's halftime, and I think I like where this game is because I haven't felt like I'm at the upper end in the game. I don't feel like I'm way better, and I don't feel like he's better as well. But I feel like if I keep doing what I'm doing, it will work out well. This game is a game where the first person to make a mistake loses, so let's see who's going to be the first to make mistakes. Our second half begins, and now I have an understanding of how my opponent plays. Come at him and he wins the ball. I don't mind that, At this point, I kind of understand that mentally when he wins the ball, I'm not panicking because I know he's really good at defending. That's one thing to keep in mind. When you keep losing the ball, some people are going to lose their heads and try to rush the opponent. Just stay compact, stay patient. It's rivals, just like get a point, get a point and the win will come. I try to defend the pass. I'm staying compact, I'm not rushing Vinicius, and that pays off really nicely. I don't dive into tackles like my opponent because that's not my play style. Try not to copy your opponent. True ball to Socrates. I think of a shot and beautiful. See, ball to field wasn't working anymore, and what did I do? I switched it up. I switched it up with Socrates. I gave him a true ball down the line, and it was very effective. Now, from telling about this player, you can tell that after he concedes this goal, he's going to up the aggression. So I'm ready for that, Mentally, you have to be ready. Know what your opponent is doing, So I know he's going to up the aggression, and I'm ready to play slower. I slow down. I move slowly with Dalo. I move slowly with Talisca. I find Neymar. I'm just moving slowly. Try to find Talisca to feet. I slow the game down a bit. Skill moves coming out. Talisca with the ball. I know he's all over the place right now. He doesn't want to lose. He feels like he shouldn't be losing. So I'm gonna exploit that. Free kick to the boy. I'm gonna give it to Billy. I actually don't remember if I scored this free kick or not, but let's see. I like to do knuckleballs, but this time, if the player has really high free kick stats and it's at its strong foot, I just go for the regular inside full curl. That didn't turn out so well, but I felt like if that was on target, I was going in. I do a short corner to Neymar, try to find Socrates, try to find somebody in the box. Fixture wasn't that necessary, should have just shot one time. But now it comes at me with counter attack. I don't pull Michael out of position. Quick switches between centre back and full back, just keeping my players on the same line. If they're on the same line, they'll defend together, and that's what's happening right now, And yeah, he has a throw in right now, and edge of the box. I know he's going for a shot. I try to block perfectly, as long as I'm just moving slowly with L2 in the box, I see that I'll be really successful. Slowly with L2 in the box, know when to dive into tackles, no rushing. I try to do skill trick stuff, like a trick, and that doesn't turn out well. So I just try to stay compact. He's on the upper hand now, but I know I'm winning right now, so I just need to stay patient and slow down the game. I need to stop losing the ball, and I lose the ball again, of course, and comes at me again. I read it very well with Sissoko. Ball to Dalo. I lose the ball again. See how he's upped the aggression, but I'm not panicking. I'm ready for that. He can keep winning the ball, and I'll keep winning the ball as well. I'm not gonna throw players out of positions because I know he's ready to exploit that. taking shots from any angle. That's what I like to see. I find Abili, I find Socrates, because I exploited the space with a triangle pass. You saw what happened there? You know, quick triangle between Socrates, Chalishka, and Abili, and it's a beautiful goal because he pulls the center back out of position. You know, so these are situations you can really exploit with people who defend aggressively. Yeah, now he's thinking, he's worried, you know, and comes at me again. He tries to switch it up a bit. Switch the cross, it comes on me down the middle. I'm just trying to like stay compact as usual. Sissoko wins the ball due to pure calmness. I give the ball to Casemiro, ball to Talisca, slow down the game a bit, back to Talisca. Neymar's open. I find Neymar, you know, slow down the game a little bit. I take it down the wing, so I push his team downwards. Oh wow, that had to be a goal. That had to be a goal. You know, you saw what I did. I took it down the wing. Then once I saw his team was really pushed down, I tried to find somebody in the box or at the edge of the box, you know, and that was Salishka waiting there for a shot. You know, 1-2 in my striker, doesn't come out so well. I don't get the bounce, and he's coming at me again, but I'm 2-0 up at this point. You know, there's only so much you can do. As long as I stay patient, as long as I keep my head, I should be winning this game. Good save by my keeper. It was good I didn't move the keeper in that instant. I tried to send Abili on a run, find Talisca, find Socrates, find Abili. I think of a 1-2, but Mendy really did really well. Mendy is cracked this year, we all know that. I win the header with Saliba. I find Socrates. I think of a power shot, but I ball roll, and I tried to find Abili again. I got too greedy in that instant, you know. Yeah, and he comes at me again. You know, it's just back and forth at this point. It's FIFA, you know what they expect. You know, back and forth at this point. True ball to his striker. I rush him out really well. He does poorly there. Should have chipped me in that instant. But now I kind of lost my head, and I'm just trying to get the ball out of my half, which is costing me. Look at the amount of bodies around me when I'm in my defense. You know, he has so many bodies around me, so you can tell how aggressive he's defending. And watch his team push up now that he has the ball. They push up, so I'm waiting to win the ball. Now I can counter attack. You know, ball to Casemiro, ball to Abili. I look for Socrates. I find him really nicely. I'm waiting for the run. I don't see it purely, so I think of Abili, but what does Mendy do? Mendy does what Mendy does, you know. And at this point, comes at me again with Mendy. I tried to track the winger Vinicius. There's only so much you can do against Vini this year, you know. I'm just gonna try my best, but you know, he comes at me again. I think that's Frimpong, you know, and comes at me, ball to feet with the striker. I'm keeping my head. I'm not lunging into tackles at this point. It's the 86th minute, you know. Let me just see the game out. I win the ball. I think of keeping the ball, but like I'm just hungry for another goal, you know. In this instance, I would advise you to just like keep the ball, you know. Try to slow down the game, see the game out. You've won it already. I do a 1-2 with Talisca. I give it back to Neymar. I push it down the wing, you know, just to like push his team downwards. Like I said, when I push his team downwards, edge of the box, I think of edge of the box. Yeah, I find somebody at the edge of the box. I give it back into the box, Trivela, and that's how you score. That's literally how you score. You push your team, the opponent's team downwards. You find somebody at the edge of the box, find another person inside the box, and it's a goal. You know, it works so much. You know, and 90+2. The game is done at this point. Just see it out, and that's game. You know, that's how you finish off games in FC25. That's how you beat an aggressive player. And I'm saying this because like when I played games like maybe D4, D5, D3. I don't really see people defending so like aggressively, and when they do defend aggressively, they defend poorly, you know. So getting to Div1 now, I start to see players who are very good at defending aggressively. This is just a game that I won. There are instances that I lost, but mind you, I learned from them. I learned from my losses, and this is the result, you know. So yeah, that's about it. That's how you attack players who defend aggressively in FC25. And I hope this video was very useful to you. I hope like even if you're an elite player, even if you've been in Div1 every year, I hope that you picked something out of this, you know. I hope that you're able to pick something out of my playstyle. I might not be the best, you know, but I like to pay attention to my games. I like to give logic to my games, and when I learn those logical things about my games, I like to share them with you guys. So these are the situations that I want you guys to exploit, you know. And if you like this type of content, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what else you want to understand. This is going to be the final video of the year. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for the subscriptions. You know, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bless.